Hello and welcome to this memory plan with me for the week starting September 13th. I'm using a kit this week from Planning World. So they don't actually have a name for the kit, she just has a number on the kit. And as you can see in the top right hand corner, it is B148. So it is a really pretty kit, very much heralding spring, and that is the season that we're in here in Melbourne. And I'm looking forward to putting this down. It's got some pretty glitter headers in it. They're really lovely. It's not a kit that I use frequently, so there was a couple of things in here that I noticed I normally use that weren't available, so I've had to improvise. But generally speaking, a beautiful kit to work with, plenty of boxes and plenty of deco, and really quite lovely to use. And I think the outcome was, I was pretty happy with it. I think it was a nice reflection of spring, and the lovely soft pinks, pale greens and blues in this kit really work beautifully together. So join me as I lay down the base and quickly speed you through, and I'll be back with the plans shortly. Now that the base is laid down, it's time to start on the plans, and using 4 or actually 5 of the flags in the kit, I've taken those and put them one on each of the weekdays, and I've continued right across from Monday through to Friday, just laying them down. They're just a simple layering flag. There is no decoration or even foiling on them. They're just plain, which is perfectly fine. I don't necessarily like to make a feature of work, but I do mark it on my planner. Sometimes I don't, if I know I'm going to be a little bit pushed for room, and it's all valuable real estate, so I don't always give it up to work at the top, especially when I generally work 5 days unless there's some exceptional circumstance. But on this occasion, there's such pretty colours, and just to bring in those colours across the top, I have used the flags. Then I have taken one of my foiled sheets. On this occasion, I used the work sticker from Mum and Me Handmade Designs. Stickers are the perfect size. They just have a tail on either side and fit perfectly on the arrow. They're not too big, they don't take up a lot of room, but they do get the job done. So I've just gone across there and added these to the 5 days of the week. No particular reason why I used the colours in the arrows that I did. I just pretty well took them from the kit. Tried not to put too pinks or too bluesy or purples together and greens, and just scattered them across the top. So now that the work script is down for the day, and I'm just showing you the foiled sheet that came from, Mum and Me have got a lovely range of products, so there's bound to be something there that will suit every planner. Now I'm taking one of the larger inverted flags. This is just a little bit different. I've not seen these in many other kits. They're quite pretty. They've got little splatterings of the design from the kit in the flag itself. And using both a script and a coffee cup from Arctic Paper Studios, I've marked on there that this was Coffee Monday. Always a good way to start the week with a cup of coffee. Then moving down underneath there, I have used a half box, and these half boxes are quite lovely in her kit. They've got a little strip of the pink, and they're in various colours, and then that lovely fine line of the gold. This sort of box is one of my favourites, really. I think they really lend themselves to being able to decorate, being able to write in, whatever it is that you would like to do on them, and then you can bring in extra things if need be. And on this occasion, I was marking that I needed to do reports this day. I've used a little clipboard out of the deco. I've popped on there a little pile of books from Crafts by Thaowie, and then I've just used one of my scripts to note on there that I did reports on this day. Then I felt there was just a little bit of excess space down there, so again I've taken one of the florals that I'd already started to cut from the kit and just popped a little bit of a snippet of it in the bottom of that box to mark that I had done some reports at work. So you might notice that on the left hand side I'm using some printer sheets. They're actually sheets from the stickers that I use myself, and I keep them to create a little base to put the stickers on. Lately I've been putting all my stickers sort of into a group container, and I was spending far too much time fossicking through, and definitely the best way to do this with the least amount of stress, and I think is simpler and more effective, is to put them onto the sheet. So I go through my little weekly planner day by day and take out the stickers I need, and I'm going to try and do this pre-planning a little more often because it's so effective. Now I popped down underneath the reports and using a print Petticoat Bandit divider. I really love her dividers. They're really perfect for many jobs. I've got a few of them, and this is just one of them, but it works beautifully. And so I've popped down that divider, and then underneath there I noted using a quarter box from the kit. Again, just a simple box with a bit of gold line on it. I used a little sticker to mark the meeting, which is like a desk sticker, and then my own meeting script for a meeting that was at 8 o'clock. Now just popping back across to the sidebar, I've added my vitamins, and beside the vitamins I've added a little pill deco which came from print Petticoat Bandit. The script is my own, and then I've gone up the top to my other tracker and added my usual steps, and the little runner from there is Christine's Paper Studio. So moving along now that Monday's complete and popping across over onto Tuesday, and I've taken another one of the print Petticoat Bandit dividers, and on this occasion I've decided to turn it upside down. I went to put the box down there and thought that there was only a small piece left under it, so I've sort of scooched it down a little bit, and then that left a space for me to put a little something. And on this occasion, as I said, I've turned it upside down. You can use them either way, it really doesn't matter. You can cut them and trim them if you've got a smaller area. They're just so versatile, and I think just break up the white space on the page. So underneath there, using a half box, and this time it's one of the half boxes with a little decoration on it. Again, this is a really lovely type of box, still plenty of white space, but very pretty and ties in beautifully to the theme of the kit. So I've used a Happy Mail sticker. The little envelope there is from the Olive Planner Company, and the Happy Mail script is from Mum and Me Handmade Designs. And this was to mark that a delivery had come in from Happy Sherpa Papperie, I think it's called. And I think they're British, and I didn't actually order very much. In fact, to be perfectly honest, it was a bit of an oops when I was doing an Etsy order with some other things, but I do like their little teacup design, and as it turned out, that was what I had ordered on this occasion, and it's very sweet. Long way to come for such a small amount of stickers. I felt a bit guilty about that, but that's okay. I'm sure I'll use them and they'll be quite lovely. Underneath the full box, I have used another flag from the kit, this time a solid one, and just popped on here that it was payday. So both the script payday and the bag of money is a Samantha Mae Sticks. I'm getting very low on those, and it's something I need to order more of. And the little cake was just a cake that was in the deco of the kit. I would normally use those for birthdays or something like that, but on this occasion we just used it to celebrate payday. So heading down to the bottom of the page, I've taken a quarter box from the kit. Again, fairly plain with the little gold lines. I've taken a Planning Like a Pro mandala. As you know, if you've been with me before, these are one of my favourite mandalas. They're the perfect size, and they're really a pretty little decoration, and I like those. So I've added that on the top, and I just marked on there that on this particular day we babysat two of our grandsons. Their parents had a commitment elsewhere, and they needed to attend that on their own. So we had the boys that afternoon. So now it's time to head across on to Wednesday. And Wednesday I decided that I would mark the day again with a coffee start. So I've used my own script on this occasion, just cut off one of the side swishes and pop that in again with an Arctic Paper Studio coffee cup. They're a good cup. They're a lovely size. There's just enough cute little decoration on them. I quite enjoy using those. And then underneath, just the little line of t-shirts was part of the deco from the kit. Then underneath that deco, I have popped down another one of the print Petticoat dividers. I think I've just about used them on every day except for Sunday. And I do try, if I start with a particular flourish or divider, to try and use a similar theme throughout the spread. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. When you use the sort of style that I use where I just plan as I go, you can't always be sure quite how everything will fit, but on this occasion they worked very well. So I just marked on there using my own appointment sticker, a little cup from the deco in the kit, and a stethoscope printable from Print Petticoat Bandit, marking that I had an appointment with my doctor on this particular occasion, just to follow up on some results and what have you, and that was all good. So then I've popped down underneath there and marked that when my son and his partner came to pick up the boys from the babysitting, they ended up staying for tea with us. So I've used a little knife and fork. Now I can't remember what that is, so I'll come back and put a name over the top of that. I've got a feeling it's rose and tea, but I'm not absolutely sure. And I just marked there that this part of the family on this occasion had stayed for dinner. just recently, because we're in lockdown, this is the only son that I have that is in our bubble, that is in within the kilometres of our property. So we were in a position to do a little bit more with them and have the boys and care for the boys under the current regulations. And the bonus is that we also get to cuddle and play with the new baby too, who's coming along just beautifully. She's very sweet. So then finishing off Wednesday, that finishes off the first half of the week, and I'm popping across over onto Thursday. So I've obviously not filmed the first part of Thursday, or somehow I've missed that, and I'm not quite sure how, but anyway. On Thursday, I will just go over it very quickly. It was a really yucky day with traffic, which I find so hard to believe because we're supposed to be in lockdown and most of the state's supposed to be at home, and I could not understand where all the traffic was coming from. Then when I got into work that morning, which was sort of just typical of the day, I went to turn my computer on and bang, boom and spark, and the power supply in my computer died. So that was an interesting start to the day. As it turned out, we were pretty pushed for consulting rooms on this day, so I didn't even have a spare one that I could go to. The laptop's been used for other purposes in the treatment room, and so really the only thing left to do was to head home and work remotely, which is what I did. So I used an Arctic Paper Studio working from home sticker, and I put on there that there was no spare computer at work. And then down the bottom, I've used another one of those little office stickers, which are as cute as can be. I think they print the pretty pink coat, but again, I will add that to the notes down the bottom, and just pop down a little meeting script because we did have a meeting this evening. Okay, so that finishes Thursday off, and it's time to head across on to Friday. So I've just noted underneath the work sticker for Friday, using another half box from the kit with the plain gold trim on it, and an office sticker from the Olive Paper Co. And I noted on there that I actually took my laptop into work, as my computer had died when I got in that morning. Our IT group had already been in and taken my poor dead machine. So I was quite grateful that they got on just at that so quickly, and they were going to work on that to get back to me as soon as possible. So the morning was fairly steady. I managed to get a fair bit done, which was really good. It's a bit challenging working on the laptop when I'm used to working on two fairly decent sized screens, and I often have sort of multiple things open at once. So I was probably a little slower than I would normally be, given that my facilities weren't what I'm used to. But nevertheless, I got the things done that I needed to. Always try hard on a Friday afternoon to make sure that I've caught up with my emails and done as much as I possibly can, so that when I return on Monday, I'm pretty up to date. So underneath that, I put another one of the print Petticoat Bandit dividers, pop that one upside down, although I don't know that there's any rhyme or reason as to whether it's one way up or another. It's entirely up to the space you've got to fill. And I just popped on there that I actually had a nap this afternoon. I don't usually do that on a Friday afternoon, but I was really, really tired, and it had been just like it has been really for the whole of lockdown. It had been a particularly busy week, and I was so pooped. So I did have a little bit of a nana nap this afternoon. I've marked that with one of my scripts, which was nap time, and I've used a cute pillow with sleep in across it, but I've sort of covered that up because it was actually a nap time, and just noted on there using a little bit of deco as well that I was really tired this day. Again, I've sat down without all of my list of the stickers that I used, so I will come back across the top and put them in for you. But if there's something I've missed, please don't hesitate to pop it down below and I'll let you know. Underneath the nap time, by this stage I'd woken up and felt much more refreshed, and I decided I'd just have a little bit of a YouTube binge watch, because normally I'd probably have an early night being so tired after a Friday, but because I'd had the nap and I was feeling quite good, I decided that I'd binge watch some more YouTube videos, a couple of ones on stitching, a few on craft rooms, and then the others were on planners. So I had a really pleasant night doing my little YouTube binge. Normally I do try to do that, but I end up falling asleep. So on this occasion that didn't happen, which was good. Now it's time to head across onto Saturday, and I started the day off with right at the top with the print petticoat divider again, and then underneath there I have used Arctic Paper Studios Sleep In lashes, and they have been put over the top of a violin which was part of the deco from the kit. Underneath that, hubby made me a really nice coffee this morning to enjoy while I sat down and had a look in my craft room as to what things I wanted to do. I usually spend my Saturday in my craft room and do a few more houseworky things on the Sunday, but on this occasion I did go straight to my craft room to do some work, and it's always nicer to do that with a coffee. And then underneath the full box, although we were in lockdown and couldn't do very much about it, I did want to mark that it was one of my grandson's birthdays. He went into double figures, which was very exciting, especially given that this particular fellow had a 24-week start in life. So he spent a lot of his early months of life, years in fact, in the Monash Children's Hospital as a little preemie. And he certainly had a challenging start in life, but not that you'd know it now. He's just a gorgeous, happy, full of life little fella doing really well. So it was really a little bit special to celebrate Ashton's birthday on this day, even if it was just by phones and messages and so on. And then underneath there, I indicated that I was continuing with my journey of building my files. I had some difficulties, some problems with some computer files, and I have spent the last couple of weeks sort of rebuilding them and trying to get back close to where I was. There were some things that I've lost that I couldn't recover, which is a bit sad, but I have managed to rebuild most of them, and that was thanks to the generosity of a few people that helped me do that. So down there I've just used the coffee deco from the kit because I did get stuck into those files again with another coffee to keep me going, and I actually got quite a bit done on this day. I forgot to mention that the stickers for the happy birthday were a bit of a mixture. So the balloons were from Natty Planning. The sticker with the box on it, the birthday wrapped present, gosh, I can't even get my mouth around that, was from Olive Planner Company, and the banner was from Stella Beau Sticker Co. off her little sheet of birthday things, and I do like that sheet. I'm quickly running out, so it's something that I'm going to have to get more of. So now I'm heading across on to Sunday, the last day of the week. I've used the last half box from the kit with the lovely gold line foiling, and I marked on there that I did get up early on this Sunday morning because I wanted to continue working on the files. I'd made quite a bit of progress and I just didn't want to sort of let it go now, and I was hoping to get it all finished by this weekend so that it wasn't hanging over me, and that's exactly what happened. So I've written that in there, and then I've used a Hello Petite paper computer laptop and a cuppa underneath that, just to signify that again I sat down with a cuppa to try and get these files sorted. And then later that morning we ended up having some brunch takeaway from our little local cafe, and I've used a cute little table and chair which was deco in the kit. Really sweet. All the deco in this and the whole theme of this kit was just so delightful for spring, and although the weather was a bit ordinary, it was still pleasant to have our little brunch takeaway. It's a little bit of a treat on a Sunday morning. We don't always do it, but it's also nice to try and keep some of the local businesses going. This lockdown has been particularly tough on the retailers and the foodies and all of those businesses, so we're mindful of that. And then underneath there I've gone back with one of those inverted flags, quite heavily decorated again from the kit, and just marked on there that pretty well by the end of this day I had managed to get all these files back on track. Again, lots of assistance from a couple of really terrific people, most notably Print Petticoat Bandit, Paper Crown Planner and Shabby Art Boutique. They were able to help me locate some of the files that had been missing and rebuild my library, which I was very, very grateful for. And they did it so graciously and so kindly. So their service, I can't speak more highly. So then the last thing that I've done on this particular plan was to pop down right at the bottom there or above the full box and pop another quarter box, another plain one with the gold line, clearly my favourite. I just think that they speak for themselves. Now I did go to use the deco with the planner, but it really got a bit lost given that the full box under it was the same and this was a mini version. It's really just a bit too much for that corner. So I went back to Good Old Crafts by Thaowie, some of my favourite icons, and I grabbed a little planner from her sheet of planner stickers and I popped that there. It's pretty well complementing Anora Estelle Cloud, which is appropriate given that's the planner that I'm using. It's got a lovely little pen on there and of course her little bow at the side. Beautiful little sticker, and just wrote on there that I got my plans ready, my little weekly book that I use from day to day. Got that sorted and ready for the plans moving forward. Now I did say that that was the last sticker that I put down, but I ended up going back. I got a sheet of little bows from the Olive Planner Company, which you can see there now. And I've just gone back over here and there on different places throughout the spread and just added a tiny bit more gold foil. Not that there wasn't plenty, there really was, and probably didn't need to happen, but these bows are very cute. They have fast become one of my favourites. They're slightly more solid little bow rather than the rounded bows that I've used in the past, and they just add a nice touch to the deco that was in this kit, and the deco was quite lovely. The other thing that I did do, but it was after you've gone off screen and didn't see, I noticed that I put down up in the sidebar, I put the full box that had a blonde, the little blonde girl on it, and I'm actually a brunette, I'm not blonde, and there was an option for a brunette in the kit, so I did go and actually change that out to reflect more so the brunette, and that was the only thing that I really did afterwards to change this. Then once I'd popped the bows where I wanted them to be, I went over to my sidebar and marked my steps and my vitamins for the week. And then I popped in a few gratitudes, the things that I was grateful, just one-liners. I used to do meals. I still do occasionally. Sometimes I'll swap out my gratitudes for meals. I'm not, particularly if I've had a week where I feel that I'd like to recognise some good things that happened. And so that completes the spread for this week. And as I've mentioned just recently, I'm managing to catch up and be just behind my weekly plans now, which is where I like it to be. So I've just popped this back into my Aura Estelle, and I will give you a little bit of a wiggle so that you can see how lovely the foil has mixed with this pretty, predominantly pink and blue, and it's a lavendery blue, and also a splash of green, but I definitely do lean to the pinks and blues. I love the lavender that's in it, it's really pretty. And just in general, you know, it's got a gorgeous bottom washi. Love having those two bottom washies that complement each other the way these do. It was a lovely kit to use, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And the stickers that I've got left over, there's just a few. I used a good few of the boxes out of the kit, and there's not a great deal left. There's a couple of, they're like littles down the bottom there that for some reason I didn't go back to. Haven't really used the trackers because I don't use them very much in history, and there was a few full boxes as well. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.